afternoon, everyone. Governor Tom Wolf is set to announce the latest wave of counties that can reopen, and our sources tell us Allegheny, Butler, Washington, Westmoreland, and Greene counties are on the list to move out of the red phase next Friday. That does not mean other counties aren't moving as well. We just haven't had confirmation.
Yeah, but our sources do tell us Beaver County will remain in the red phase. As you know, the county has been dealing with a COVID outbreak at a nursing home there. The governor's announcement is expected in about 2 hours. And even when we get the go-ahead to move into the next phase next Friday, strict social distancing guidelines will remain in place. The yellow phase is a partial reopening, though. Still, gyms, spas, casinos, theaters, places for indoor recreation and the like will remain closed. And restaurants are still only limited to carry-out and delivery. In-person shopping is allowed to resume. Child care can also reopen. All businesses must follow CDC guidelines for cleaning and social distancing. More breaking news now. The Allegheny County Health Department just released an update on cases. 16 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in Allegheny County since yesterday at noon. The total is now 1,455. And sadly, the Health Department also announced 2 more people have died. 119 people have now died in the county since the start of the outbreak. And we've learned 5 more people have been admitted to hospitals since yesterday. We expect the state health department to release more county-by-county updates any minute now.
There are some big questions over a nursing home in Beaver County. Congressman Connor Lamb is calling for a federal investigation of Brighton Rehab and Wellness Center in the wake of a COVID-19 outbreak there, even going as far as to ask if the National Guard should help out. In a letter, Lamb said, quote, regardless of who is to blame, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services should also determine whether the residents of Brighton are being well protected, and whether additional personnel from federal agencies or the National Guard or access to more personal protective equipment and testing supplies would do anything to help Brighton better contain that outbreak. 300 people have tested positive for the coronavirus there. 60 of them have died. Congressman Lamb says that is the most deaths in the state at a nursing home. Something else we learned from this letter, Brighton Rehab was cited last Saturday with what's called immediate jeopardy. It is the most serious citation, and Congressman Lamb wants to know what it is and why the State Department of Health has already lifted it.
Another food drive-up distribution is underway at PPG Paints right now. It runs until 1 o'clock. Every car will receive 2 boxes of food. The food bank says it will be able to serve up to 1,000 vehicles. The food bank will continue to host drive-up distributions at its headquarters in Duquesne every Monday. The next event is from noon to 3 this coming Monday. And the food bank has announced doorstep delivery. Seniors and people with underlying medical conditions can contact the food bank to sign up and have 25 pounds of food delivered.
The country's jobless rate has soared to 14.7% amid the coronavirus pandemic. The new numbers came out this morning, and they show the worst level since the Great Depression. Channel 11's Jacqueline Fell has more on how long it could take to turn the economy back around.
Americans lost a record 20.5 million jobs last month. The losses in April follow steep cutbacks in March. There's no playbook on what to do here. This virus has shattered the economy due to a self-imposed shutdown. I dug into the data from the Labor Department and found more women than men have been laid off. Hispanics and African Americans have also been disproportionately impacted. And veteran unemployment jumped up to nearly 12%. Analysts say job growth could start again by Memorial Day as businesses in many parts of the United States start to reopen. The president says all of these jobs will come back and come back very soon. But few economists say they expect to see a rapid turnaround. Reporting outside Washington, Jacqueline Fell, Channel 11 News.
New unemployment claims are putting a strain on Pennsylvania's overworked unemployment compensation fund. There's a concern the fund is running out of money. The Labor and Industry Secretary admits it is taking a hit. He says the state may be dealing with a debt long-term, and it could force businesses to pay higher unemployment insurance taxes. Last week, more than 96,000 Pennsylvanians filed for unemployment. That's 24% less than the previous week, but still well above the pre-pandemic numbers. A record 1.7 million Pennsylvanians have filed for regular unemployment compensation since mid-March.
The Pittsburgh Downtown Partnership is moving forward with opening the Market Square Farmers Market. It's set to reopen with a new day and a new time in a temporary location. Traditionally, it was held on Thursdays. The season begins on Sunday, May 17th, in the parking lot at 11th Street and Waterfront Place. The larger footprint will allow for better social distancing for vendors and for shoppers. Lyft will now require both riders and drivers to wear face masks. Customers will have to confirm on the app that they are wearing a mask and are not showing any symptoms of the coronavirus, or they risk being barred from using Lyft. Drivers must also frequently sanitize their cars and keep windows open as much as possible to ensure good air circulation. Keep it here for Governor Tom Wolf's announcement on the next wave of reopenings. It's set to start 2 this afternoon, and you can watch it live right here on Channel 11 on WPXI.com and on our WPXI News app.
Storm tracker Doppler 11 radar tracking rain, and it's going to be with us through the afternoon, and that May chill continues as well. Meteorologist Stephanie Allison has her forecast from home. Stephanie?
Good afternoon, Gordon. Yes, it is soggy outside. Rain continues to fall, especially south of Allegheny County through Westmoreland County and south there off to the east as we move into the afternoon hours. That is where the steadiest rain will fall here into the afternoon, and that's where it's going to hang on a little bit longer. As you can see out of our tower cams, it's gray outside right now. We have those wet roadways, and we're going to continue to see this in the forecast here throughout your afternoon hours. So kind of a gloomy day, certainly a cool day. So those marks coming in here, a little bit cooler now, and we're going to continue to see those temperatures fall. Look at this temperature change from yesterday at this time, about 12 degrees colder in Beaver right now. Look at those marks continue to fall into this evening as the system scoots away. There's a chance to see a few snow flurries for some. I'll show you where the snow may mix in here coming up in the next 15 minutes. Back to you.
Thanks, Stephanie. A house fire kept emergency crews busy in Braddock. The fire started at a duplex along 4th Street, and there was still a lot of smoke coming out of the roof and windows when we got to the scene. The fire chief told us 3 people live there, but no one was hurt. The cause of that blaze remains under investigation. New at noon, investigators found an indoor marijuana grow operation in Penn Hills. Police raided the home on Heberton Drive last night. They say there were about 750 plants worth $500,000 in the basement, and dozens of weapons and thousands of dollars in cash. Kenneth Creekmore is facing several charges.
A father and son have been arrested for the alleged shooting of an unarmed man in Georgia. The men say they thought that man was a burglary suspect and claim the shooting was in self-defense. NBC's Blaine Alexander has the developing details.
In southern Georgia, a father and son are behind bars, arrested for a shooting that has sparked nationwide protests. Gregory and Travis McMichael have been charged with murder and aggravated assault in the death of 25-year-old Ahmaud Arbery.
The facts had established sufficient probable cause to seek arrest warrants.
Overnight, Arbery's family says it has been a long wait.
It made me feel a little relief, me and my family, that we know they were behind bars, but we still got a long process to go.
The shooting happened in February, but the release this week of this video showing the altercation quickly sparked a national outcry.
I think the video release was absolutely essential because I think the breaking point was the investment of the world community.
From Georgia's governor, a promise for a fair and thorough investigation.
It's absolutely horrific, and Georgians deserve answers.
In the video, the 2 men, who are both armed, are seen following Arbery in a pickup truck as he is running down the street. The men confront Arbery, and after a scuffle, he is eventually shot dead. NBC News cannot verify what happened before or after the events shown in this video. Arbery's family says he was unarmed and was just out for a jog.
What actual justice looks like is these men behind bars for the rest of their lives. Anybody who participated in this very public lynching.
The McMichaels told police that they followed Arbery because they believed that he was the man involved in recent home burglaries. According to a police report, Gregory McMichael, a former police officer, claims Arbery began to violently attack Travis, and the two men then started fighting over the shotgun. And McMichael says his son shot Arbery in self-defense.
It doesn't matter who the person is. It doesn't matter who the victim is. It doesn't matter who potential defendants are. All it matters is what the facts tell us.
Now, 10 weeks later, an arrest. But those demanding justice say this is just the first step.
And today around the country, supporters have organized a virtual run using the hashtag #IRunWithMahd. They're running, walking, or jogging 2.23 miles to represent the day that Arbery was killed. In Brunswick, Georgia, I'm Blaine Alexander, NBC News.
Tara Reid makes her first on-camera interview. The former Senate staffer is accusing presidential candidate Joe Biden of sexually assaulting her 27 years ago. Reid claims she wants the former VP to be held accountable for his actions.
I don't really care if people believe it or not. I've had to live with it. And it's just one of those things that's impacted and shattered my life. It changed everything about my life.
Appearing on our sister station, WPXI-TV in Orlando, Biden denied the allegations but said Reid's claims should be vetted.
Nothing ever happened with Tara Reid. Believing women means taking a woman's claim seriously when she steps forward and then vetting it, looking into it. And that's true. That's true in this case, too. Women have a right to be heard, and the press should rigorously investigate claims like these.
And Biden went on to say the claims are, quote, flat out false.
Well, the Steelers' schedule is out, and the NFL is moving forward with a full schedule and normal start of the season, at least for now. The Steelers are on Channel 11 in primetime twice this season. The first on Thanksgiving night, November 26th, at home against the Ravens, and the other a couple of weeks later in Buffalo. And who can forget the last time the Steelers and Ravens met on Thanksgiving? You might remember this. Mike Tomlin stepping out in front of Jacoby Jones during a kickoff return, scooting out of the way. Quite a bit of controversy in that loss, and the teams get to hold their bitter rivalry on a big stage here on Channel 11. The full schedule is up right now on WPXI.com, so you can check out some of the other key matchups for the Steelers this year.
It's just a challenge of making sure that she's still learning through this whole process.
Every parent wants to know, will schools reopen in the fall? 11 Investigates is getting some answers from some of our biggest districts.
Pittsburgh Zoo says it's ready to reopen. The changes you'll notice when you can finally walk through the gates once again.
Channel 11 News and NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
We're a team you can count on to cover stories that impact your life,
whether it's across the street or around the world.
Channel 11 News at 6.
And NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
WPXI Now. Channel 11 expands its streaming live newscasts. When other stations are national, Channel 11 News is local, right here at 7 a.m. and 7 p.m. on WPXI Now. Make sure you know everything happening in the morning. Watch Channel 11 Morning News.
What will it take for our schools to reopen? Pittsburgh superintendent says he expects students to continue remote learning into the next school year.
11 Investigates' Aaron Martin found out how some of our area's largest districts plan to handle the future of education.
It's 2:30 p.m. and normally there would be a rush of students leaving Pittsburgh-Langley. Obviously, things are anything but normal for students and parents these days. And now they must prepare for the possibility of school happening in the fall, but students still not being in the classroom.
It's just the challenge of making sure that she's still learning through this whole process.
What started as a temporary school closure due to the coronavirus extended through the end of the academic year for Pennsylvania families, putting parents like Lauren Costello in a difficult spot.
So I thought I could definitely do 2 weeks. I can make 2 weeks with virtual learning a breeze, and then they kept extending it.
Now districts are actively preparing for all possibilities before returning in the fall.
We look at ideas. We look at going to half days, bringing half the kids in the morning, half the kids in the evening. Do we do A day, a B day, and a C day, bringing kids in various different ways? So we're just brainstorming right now the possibilities and getting ready.
With 23,000 students, Pittsburgh Public Schools Superintendent Anthony Hamlet is evaluating every option. That includes the possibility of extending virtual learning if medical experts deem a return to the classroom unsafe. Right now, the district is working on getting computers into the hands of all students, a process that will continue over the summer.
Do you envision that one-to-one device per student existing by the time the fall rolls around?
Yes, that's our intention.
It has really proven the good work of our teachers and how important teaching is. If you can get anything silver lining out of this.
Pittsburgh Federation of Teachers President Nina Esposito-Viscitis wants teachers and students back in the classroom as soon as it's safe, a decision she wants teachers to have a say in.
We want to talk to the district as soon as possible, and we think it's vital that the district talks to teachers.
For parents like Costello, the unknown of the pandemic makes planning nearly impossible.
All 4 of us are in the house. So the fact that this could continue longer than expected is just not something that we're looking forward to.
Aaron Martin, Channel 11 News.
Next week is Spirit Week at North Allegheny High School, and the Trib has learned the district is moving forward with a traditional graduation ceremony. It is tentatively set for July 17th. If it has to be canceled because of state guidelines, the district hopes to hold a celebration and a reunion for seniors during next year's homecoming or at a later date.
Paying less at the pump, you may have noticed gas prices have been pretty low during the pandemic, considering more people are staying at home. Channel 11's Liz Kilmer spoke with drivers.
Yeah, the pandemic is directly impacting the demand for gas. Here in our area, we found several stations charging less than $2 a gallon. Traffic is free-flowing on major roadways in Pittsburgh as fewer people have to commute, meaning fewer people are buying gas. As the pandemic hit the U.S., prices plummeted, and the national average dropped below $2 for the first time in 4 years. Right now, the average in Pittsburgh is roughly $2.14, about a full dollar less than it was 1 year ago. We found a station off Route 65 charging just $1.87 a gallon. Drivers who are filling up say the low cost provides some relief during tough times.
They're great. They're absolutely incredible. It helps with the budget right now when times are a little tight. It's really great.
But how long will gas prices remain this low? Well, it may not be for much longer. More on that in a report I'm working on for 5. Back to you.
Good afternoon, I'm meteorologist Stephanie Allison. So that rain is coming down outside right now. It's also a bit breezy as well. It is cool. You need those layers if you're headed out and if you're going to take the dog for a walk this afternoon. Folks, north of Allegheny County, you're going to see those rain showers kind of start to decrease as we move into the afternoon hours. So you're going to be able to get outside first to do that walk. But I'm going to show you and time out the rain and when it exits, and you could see a little bit of snow showers in the forecast here this evening. So rain for today, record low temperatures, overnight lows tonight. That is possible. And and that widespread rain for us right now outside. So this is what we're going to see. The steadiest rain will fall in our southern counties here. So we're already kind of starting to see that, some pockets of yellow setting up. And it may mix in with some snow showers before ending this evening as that colder air starts to filter in. Those numbers are going to continue to drop throughout the afternoon hours. So here's your current sustained winds, 5 to 10 to even 12 miles per hour right now. We'll start to see that breeze pick up into the evening. So here's Storm Tracker timing out the rain. A little bit of snow may mix in, as you can see. Storm Tracker trying to see some snow showers into our northern counties before this pulls away. That's just if that colder air gets filtered in before that rain comes to an end here in our northern counties. Look at this, 5 o'clock. North and west, so Beaver, Butler, Newcastle, you're dry at this point. Rain showers will continue to fall through Washington, parts of southeastern Allegheny County, through Indiana there and Greensburg, as you can see, and some steadier pockets down through Morgantown and the ridges. Then this may mix with some snow showers. Look at the white. That indicates some snow showers. This is going to be for the ridges of Westmoreland County and Fayette County in the mountains. So this is going to happen at about 7 o'clock. And as this pulls away, if there's any leftover moisture across us during that time period, you could see a few snow showers mix in, but this is really not going to impact your forecast here locally in a big way. It's just going to cool us down for us overnight. Clearing overnight will allow temperatures to really fall. So we are already starting to see those numbers fall, some very cold spots in our northern counties here right now even. And what we will see here this afternoon by 7 p.m. will be at 40 degrees, and then those temperatures then continue to fall off below freezing tonight. So we do have that freeze warning, and our record low for this time of year is 30 degrees, set back in 1983, and tonight the forecast is for the upper 20s. So we are going to get into the upper 20s across the region tonight, and that freeze warning will have an effect for us. You want to protect your plants. So if you've done some planting, if you have some pots outside, make sure you cover your plants. 27 overnight, wind chills into tomorrow morning. Yes, I'm talking wind chills for May. It'll feel like the lower 20s. It's also going to be very breezy tomorrow throughout the daytime. And we may see even a few scattered snow showers out there tomorrow. Temperatures stay in the 40s. The best day of the weekend is Mother's Day on Sunday. Let's take a look at that forecast now for you. 56 on Sunday. We do have a chance to see a few rain showers in the forecast there. I have a better look at your Mother's Day forecast here coming up in the next half hour. Back to you.
Spirit Airlines is once again flying out of Arnold Palmer Airport. The strict guidelines you will have to follow if you plan on catching a flight.
And the Gap is ready to get back in business by the end of the month, and fitting rooms will be closed. The other changes you'll likely see.
We've all slowed down, hunkered down to keep our distance, and the weather's helping to hold it together.
It's getting us through our day, our chance to get outside.
So while we're all figuring out our new normal, one thing you can always count on, Severe Weather Team 11. We're here, or here.
Forecasting your weather.
When you need to get outside for some fresh air, or you need to plan an indoor activity. We'll be here to keep you safe at home because we're severe weather coverage you can count on.
6.
Followed by NBC Nightly News at 6:30.
The Gap is preparing to reopen 800 of its stores by the end of the month. Changes will be noticeable to customers of The Gap, which also owns Old Navy and Banana Republic. Among the changes, plexiglass dividers at registers to protect workers from shoppers, signs in stores that encourage customers to wear face coverings and to follow social distancing protocols. Restrooms and fitting rooms will be temporarily closed. Hand sanitizer will be positioned at store entrances, and store hours will be reduced for the foreseeable future.
Frontier Airlines is the first U.S. carrier to require temperature checks for passengers and crew members before they can board. Starting June 1st, everyone will be checked at the gate. If your temperature is 100.4 or higher, you'll have to wait at least 10 minutes and be screened again. If the second check is still too high, you won't be allowed to board, but Frontier will rebook you on another flight. The move comes after Frontier dropped plans to charge passengers $39 to guarantee they'd have an empty middle seat in their row.
This was the sight for weeks at Arnold Palmer Regional Airport. Planes just parked on the tarmac, but now Spirit Airlines is back in business. The airline is making you wear a mask, it's sanitizing after each flight, and it's staggering passengers starting May 11th. The airport has its own safety measures, too.
Plexiglass screens between the people, the sanitizing is the big thing. We actually completely disinfect the terminal building after each flight.
Spirit Airlines has flights from Latrobe to Orlando. Right now, those flights are limited, but they're expected to go to a full schedule in June. It is a first in the country at Pittsburgh International, the robot that's making sure germs don't get in the way of your next getaway.
You're going to find anything else like the breaking news desk in Pittsburgh. You're going to get breaking news as it's happening.
We have an anchor now dedicated to following the latest information as it comes in.
That is a resource no one else has. So if you see me on the breaking news desk,
Now, when a major story breaks, this is where you'll find 24-hour coverage. From the Channel 11 newsroom to our crews live in the field, we'll bring you the information you need right now. WPXI Now, always on when you want the latest on breaking news.
Severe weather coverage where you live.
On Channel 11 News.
Breaking now, Chopper 11 just flew over the Grove City outlets in Mercer County, and we are told back to business there. Mercer and Lawrence County are in that group of 23 that transitioned into the yellow phase today. Taking a look there from Chopper 11, you can see some cars out in the parking lots, definitely not packed. We still don't know exactly how many stores are open, as the mall has opened officially for the first time since the pandemic began, but we'll have an update on that coming up later on today. Our sources tell us Allegheny, Butler, Washington, Westmoreland, and Greene counties are all on the list to move out of the red phase next Friday. The governor is set to make that official announcement at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
Meantime, the state health department announcing some new cases of coronavirus. There are more than 1,300 new cases and 200 new deaths reported. Health officials say the increase is due to the department reconciling some data from several sources. More than 3,600 people have died from COVID-19 in Pennsylvania. We have all the local county numbers scrolling at the bottom of your screen. 1 in 5 American workers is out of a job, and that's been since mid-March. Most of you are worried about the economy moving forward. Channel 11's David Johnson spoke to PNC's chief economist about what to expect, the highs, the lows, and why Pittsburgh could rebound faster than other cities.
Auto sales are down 40%, consumer spending's down 7%, home buying down 20%, and that's just in March. PNC's chief economist, Gus Fauché, expects April to be much worse.
We've seen initial unemployment insurance claims, about 30 million layoffs over the past 6 weeks. So this is going to be much more significant, a much steeper recession than what we saw in 2008 and 2009.
And recession is the right word.
Absolutely. And I think the question is, I mean, this looks like a very severe recession. The question is it going to be bad enough to qualify as a depression? Yes. It shouldn't be as bad as the Great Depression that we saw in the, the 1920s and the 1930s. But this is, for most of us, this will be by far the most significant economic downturn during our lifetimes.
That's a tough statement to hear, but Fauché says there's hope. Pittsburgh could bounce back faster than other cities.
Pittsburgh is a little less exposed to some of the industries that are going to lead this downturn. So, for example, it's not much of a travel center. It has a lot of health care, and that should benefit. So I think that we will still see a very significant downturn in the Pittsburgh area, but it's likely to be not quite as bad as what we see in the rest of the country.
Still, Fauché says be prepared for a rough 3 to 4 months, with the unemployment rate jumping to more than 15%. But with help from the federal government, like stimulus checks and small business loans, recovery could start.
So I'm hopeful that we will see a stronger economy over the next 6-9 months or so, pretty solid economic growth. The unemployment rate is going to come down pretty quickly. And I do think that over the longer run, the U.S. economy will adjust to this, and that we will see an improvement in the economy, but it is going to take some time to get there.
And Fauché says this all depends on public health. People need to feel safe to go to work, to go to a restaurant, or to go shopping. He says that is the key to a strong economy.
Breaking right now, the Associated Press just put down a list of counties that will move into the yellow phase here in southwestern Pennsylvania. There are 13 counties according to the list, and as Channel 11 first told you, Allegheny, Butler, and Westmoreland County are on that list. According to the Associated Press, the only local county, as we've been telling you, not on that list is Beaver County. So this is all coming from the Associated Press. The official announcement is expected to come from the governor, and that's at 2 o'clock this afternoon.
And we will, of course, carry that live. Pittsburgh is the first airport in the country to use UV germ-killing robots. Channel 11's Renee Wallace got to see them in action.
Airport officials are hoping the robots will restore peace of mind to passengers who simply are not flying. It's about the size of a riding lawnmower, but this autonomous machine doesn't need anyone at the wheel. Airport officials are pinning their hopes on this COVID-fighting robot to help bring the flying public back to the Pittsburgh International Airport.
We knew that passengers seeing that airport was clean was no longer going to be good enough. They needed to know it was clean.
Partnering with Carnegie Robotics of Lawrenceville, airport officials are currently testing self-driving robots that first clean, then use ultraviolet light to disinfect its terminals.
UV technology has been used in the hospital systems for decades as a way to kill microorganisms, and so by adding that technology to our as a strategy for overall cleaning, we're hoping that it instills confidence in the passengers that the airport is safe.
Clean it first and then disinfect it.
The Carnegie Robotics field manager said after the robot scrubs, it sanitizes, then releases intense ultraviolet rays. He said it isn't a danger to the public because the robot's sensors detect obstacles and will go around. So how does this technology work? Well, we're told the robot actually emits a shorter wavelength of light that actually scrambles and damages genetic makeup of bacteria and viruses. We also wanted to know how safe the technology is around children.
We are testing that with Carnegie Robotics in terms of what if a kid lay down and try to stare at the light for a long time. What you're seeing is the reflection. You're not staring into the light, you're seeing the reflection on the floor.
You can see them in the transit level, baggage claim, and the ticketing level for now. Reporting from inside the Pittsburgh International Airport, I'm Renee Wallace, Channel 11 News.
There is a $1.5 billion plan to increase testing for COVID-19 in the U.S. We're learning how it could turn into a reality show-style competition.
As local communities work to get back to business, Channel 11 News will continue to be on the front lines with what is happening now, with experts answering questions about our local economy.
Financial support is still out there.
With a team of reporters every day covering every aspect as we get back to business. Here to make sure leaders are putting your health first.
And today, the governor backtracked. The next steps are crucial, and you can count on us to sort out the details every day on Channel 11 News at 5.
News 11 at 11. 11 minutes of news and weather before the first commercial.
The latest now for testing for coronavirus. There is a $1.5 billion plan to increase testing by the end of the summer.
Senators are looking at ways to ramp up testing. Washington correspondent Blair Miller learned they want to get tests into people's hands quicker using a process similar to the TV show Shark Tank.
This idea calls for rapid testing. Senators want millions of tests available per week by the end of the summer.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Here in this mostly empty Senate hearing room with social distancing in play, senators, some in masks, some talking from home, heard from witnesses eager to offer solutions to testing for the coronavirus. The director of the National Institutes of Health, Francis Collins, told senators how the $1.5 billion initiative would change lives.
We know that people who have no symptoms sometimes and no fever can be carrying the virus. We need to have a test to identify that. That's what we're trying to do with RADx.
But it's how they're doing it that could be key. They'd open up the process to private companies, mostly small businesses, to provide tests for people. They say the competition would be similar to the TV show Shark Tank.
It has been astounding to see the way in which people have rolled up their sleeves and plunged in to this effort to advance therapeutics and vaccines for COVID-19.
Lawmakers say there's already been interest from hundreds of entrepreneurs hoping to make the breakthrough, as rare as it may be.
Many of these early stage concepts won't work, but all we need are 2 or 3 successes, or even 1, from this Shark Tank.
Officials say if they have the testing in place by the end of the summer, it could be the answer to stopping a possible second or third wave of the virus before flu season hits. I'm Blair Miller for Channel 11 News.
We haven't had any issues here with our animal collection at all.
How do you care for wild animals during a pandemic? What the Pittsburgh Zoo is doing to reopen.
Nobody can read between the lines.
She's an 18-year-old girl. She got a settlement. You saw a little money. You wanted a big red truck.
Like Judge Judy.
Shiny, shiny, shiny red truck.
Judge Judy, weekdays at 4 and 4:30 on Channel 11. WPXI Now, your source for original local shows. Get the inside scoop on all the hot events, entertainment, and celebrities in and around Pittsburgh every week. Stream Access Pittsburgh on demand anytime on WPXI Now. Watch David Johnson and Peggy Finnegan on Channel 11 News at 5.
We're finding out how the Pittsburgh Zoo and PPG Aquarium plans to reopen. Channel 11's Jillian Hartman has a look at the changes you'll notice and what's being done to keep the animals from getting sick.
Well, on a beautiful day like today, the zoo is normally packed with families here to see the wildlife. But instead, the zoo is on lockdown. But officials tell me they are prepared and ready to reopen once they get the go-ahead from the governor. The Pittsburgh Zoo is 77 acres, plenty of space for families to safely social distance and have fun outdoors. But to prevent large crowds, the zoo is following CDC guidelines to limit guests.
We're unique in that we have the ability to do time ticketing to limit the number of people that come in each hour.
The zoo is also not allowing guests to have close encounters with any animals until further notice. That's to protect both wildlife and visitors from possible exposure.
We haven't had any issues here with our animal collection at all.
But there was a case in New York where a person transmitted the virus to a tiger at the Bronx Zoo.
And actually the only COVID-19 that was found in a zoo animal actually came from a zookeeper in a confined space.
But she says the Pittsburgh Zoo is more spread out. And since the start of the pandemic, the zoo has been following strict protocols to keep staff and animals safe.
But we always sanitize very, very heavily behind the scenes with our animal collection. We're constantly washing our hands. We're constantly checking and washing our utensils.
When families come to the zoo, they can expect to see these markers and signs around, reminding people to wear masks and to stay 6 feet away.
We have rotating teams of cleaners who are going to be cleaning the park every 2 hours, all the way around the zoo.
Unfortunately, indoor amenities like the aquarium, water edge building, and restaurant will remain closed. Now, when the time comes to reopen, anyone interested in visiting the zoo, you can find that information on our WPXI News app. Reporting at the Pittsburgh Zoo, I'm Jillian Hartman, Channel 11 News.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Allison. A soggy afternoon, that widespread steady rain here early, especially Allegheny County, Westmoreland County, and south. You're going to have the steadiest rain out of this system here right now. What we'll see is this is going to start to slide away off to our south and to our east. So we'll start to see that here this afternoon. I'm going to time that out here for you coming up. And we have some cold air filtering in along with the winds. The winds are going to start to pick up right now. Pretty light. 3 in Pittsburgh, 8 miles per hour in Greensburg, and 6 in Butler. But we are going to look at those winds. Look at this. Heading into the afternoon and evening hours, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds could gust as high as 22, 25 miles per hour. So that's what we're going to look at as we head into the afternoon. So that widespread steady rain across us as we move into 2 o'clock, and then watch what happens as we head into the afternoon hours. 3:30, 4 o'clock, so deeper in the afternoon, those rain showers, the steadiest, as you can see the pockets of yellow, indicate more moderate rain. That's all south and east. So that's going to continue to track away from Pittsburgh. And then look at this. Areas of white that indicate snow. That's for the ridges there of Westmoreland County, Fayette County, and parts of the mountains there. So as this pulls away, any precipitation left over, once it gets cold enough, we're going to see some snow showers there this evening before ending, clearing out overnight. And that is really going to allow for a cold night ahead. So we were in the about upper 40s here right now. We're going to continue to see those marks fall. We have some much colder air to our north, already in the 30s in some spots. Look at this, 45 at 4 o'clock, 41 at 7, and down to 35 at 10 o'clock. So overnight we get down to 27. Our record low temperature is 30 degrees, set back in 1983. So we have a chance to break that record tonight, and it looks like we're going to do it across the region. So we do have that freeze warning just because temperatures will be below freezing, so likely damaging plants. If you have any sensitive outdoor plants, you want to make sure you cover those tonight before you head to bed. Look at this wind chill. Certainly doesn't feel like May into the start of the weekend. It's going to be frosty to start your Saturday morning, and it'll feel like the lower 20s. We'll also have some snow showers around tomorrow, so it's going to be cloudy. It's going to be considerably cloudy for your Saturday, and also much cooler. Temperatures will struggle to get into the lower 40s, and with the winds tomorrow gusting up to 25 miles per hour, it will feel more like the 20s and 30s throughout the daytime, and of course some lingering snow showers possible here and there in the forecast tomorrow. Taking a look at temperatures throughout the daytime, we're going to have those cloudy skies around 40 degrees at 1 o'clock. As I mentioned, we will struggle to get into the lower 40s tomorrow afternoon, and your wind chills tomorrow, look at this. It will feel like the 30s in the afternoon hours tomorrow. So the best day of the weekend is going to be Sunday for Mother's Day. Look at these marks, 52 at noon, 56 at 4 o'clock. We will have a chance of a late day shower in the afternoon. Monday looking good, 46 but cooler, and 52 on Tuesday as we'll have a mix of sun and clouds. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Stephanie. And now here's Lisa Robertson with today's Deals and Deals.
I'm Lisa Robertson coming to you from my house where, guess what I've been doing? Wait for it. Cooking. I know.
You completely didn't expect that. Well, one of the things that I love is I've been experimenting in the kitchen, and I found something with my friends at Local Steals and Deals that is awesome. So, Local Steals and Deals, finding you great ideas that you probably haven't heard of, and they're going to make your life a lot better, and here's one of them. I go to the grocery store, and I come home, I used to, with a whole bunch of these. Not the peppers, the bags. Did you know that the average American family throws away over 1,500 of these plastic bags a year? I know, do the math. That's crazy. So I love these Lotus Trolley produce bags. We have them in the organic cotton, and we have them in the mesh, and whichever one you choose, there's 3 different sizes in each, so it's completely up to you. But now I go to the grocery store, I'm not wandering around with what everybody else is working with. No. This is from my house. I just took it out of the washing machine, and I know it's clean, it's reusable, it's strong. My produce is easier in this. I bring it in with me, I put the produce in, I take it home. I love these. This is something that's going to be so much easier, and I'm not going around going, oh no, what do I do with all these plastic bags? Besides that, I don't think this is the best way to store produce even in the refrigerator. I'd rather leave it in this. These are one of the best ideas I've ever seen, and one of the things that I absolutely love about it is that Local Steals and Deals has a special offer for you on it where it's actually 40% off. So, trust me when I tell you, you can be the envy of everyone, even in the produce department. I walk in with these, and people look at me like, hey, where'd you get those? I'm like, I know, they're kind of amazing. So, 40% off, localsteals.com. Just one of the great ideas that we have for you with Local Steals and Deals, and we'll see you next time with more.
Coronavirus can't keep this local teacher from her students. Reading, teaching, and making crafts online. She's finding ways to connect while staying apart.
It's really touching to see someone else care about your child.
Coming together in a time of crisis makes us proud to be from Pittsburgh.
Proud to be from Pittsburgh. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Great cars, great people. For a great deal on a Honda, visit shophonda.com.
Judge Judy.
The Polish Hill Skate Park looks a lot different these days. Take a look, as you can see from Chopper 11. City officials say they had to fill it with sand because crowds of kids were gathering there and not social distancing. The fences are also chained shut.
Sad sign of the time.
Yeah.
Well, that's all for Channel 11 News at noon. Our next newscast is tonight at 5.
And keep it here this afternoon. We're going to break in with Governor Tom Wolf's announcement on moving Allegheny and surrounding counties into the next phase of reopening. Again, that is set for 2 this afternoon, just about an hour away. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.
News is happening in your neighborhood. Channel 11 News is there.
We're in McCandless, Cranberry, and Butler.
We cover news everywhere you live, not just downtown.
We're in Aliquippa, Coraopolis, and Moon.